This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, they gathered, they argued and they voted. The Silver Fern Farms Shanghai mailing merger has been given the thumbs up. A local MP claims National's Trade Minister is running scared after an alleged cover-up. And we're in Invercargill, where Southland children were learning all about libraries and Olympians. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. The opposition is claiming the government's trade minister is running scared of retaliation from China. This comes after an alleged cover-up of a potential trade spat involving Minister Todd McClay.
The Chinese and New Zealand flags relaxing on a still Dunedin day. However, a trade storm may be brewing, according to the Dunedin-based opposition Trade, Export and Growth spokesman. Yesterday in Parliament, David Clark questioned Stephen Joyce about a possible breach of World Trade Organisation rules.
Well, I think he's hiding behind Section 10 of the Dumping and Countervailing Duties Act 1988. It's possible that he doesn't even know and is really actually more interested in simply suppressing what's going on because it's embarrassing to his government.
He believes Minister Todd McClay was caught out and had to own up to the Prime Minister. But Clark says ministers should be transparent with the public as well as the PM.
It is sad that the government isn't being straightforward with New Zealanders. I think New Zealanders have a right to know what is going on in terms of our trade, if we're being threatened by overseas parties, and also whether our biggest industries are likely to get into trouble in some of our biggest export markets.
Reacting on Minister McClay's behalf yesterday, Stephen Joyce defended his colleague.
On behalf of the Minister of Trade, the Minister has already acknowledged publicly that he should have provided the Prime Minister a fuller account of the issue and done so sooner, and he's apologised to the Prime Minister for that.
It's believed the spat began following a threat of possible trade retaliation by China to New Zealand. That was sent to Minister Todd McClay, who then didn't immediately advise the Prime Minister. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
Staff at the Gardens Westpac branch are waiting to see if the branch will be among two in Otago marked for closure. The branch was considered for closure in 2007, but the decision was backtracked following opposition from locals. Westpac says the proposal is being driven by a change in customer behaviour. 3 staff will be affected, with more than 70 jobs at stake across the country. A 13-year-old boy missing in North Dunedin has been located. He was last seen yesterday but is now safe and well at home. Dunedin Police would like to thank the public for their assistance. Invercargill school children have been learning all about the Olympics and Southern Pride. An event at the city's library is helping encourage the youngsters to discover more about Olympians from their own region. And it's also showing them that there's more to libraries than just books.
Emotions were high for winning gold. School children have been learning about the Olympics at the Invercargill City Library this week with a focus on Southern Pride. The region has a strong group of competitors currently in Rio competing for gold.
And we talk about how there's our local Olympians that are there, and we talk about how, you know, you may start from something that's quite, you know, doesn't seem achievable going to the Olympics, but we really want kids to understand that they can really do anything that they set their mind to.
The kids set their minds to many tasks for the day, with a mix of classroom activities and hands-on crafts. They made crowns from paper plates and glue that represented the first crowns given out at the first games.
They did seem really into it. I always find the crafts are really great, particularly watching kids actually get what we're doing. This one was quite interesting because we'd concertinaed the paper up for them to cut out multiple leaves at once, which is a tricky concept when you're 7.
It wasn't all arts and crafts, as the kids were given a history lesson on the Olympics, from past to present. One of the lessons was on the motto of the Olympics, faster, higher, stronger.
Anybody that when they learn about the history of something become more interested in knowing about what's happening currently in it, and that whether it be a topic about the Olympics or even a local topic about Southland. So I think it's really important to know why things exist and you know, how they've changed as well.
The library hoped these type of events would help show the kids there's more to the library than just books. The message certainly getting out there, with the kids enjoying the library experience.
Standing on the podium.
Yeah, what's that?
I don't know, it's just a good feeling that I think when I grow up, I want to be a gymnastic in the Olympics. I love the Olympics because there's some sports that I do in there. Maybe getting to stand on the podium.
Yeah, why's that?
Because it looked really cool and weird.
Southern pride will continue to flourish and locals will celebrate their stars excelling in Rio, hopefully sparking a new belief for achieving gold in these young winners. Henry McMullen, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, local research reveals the effects of dieting, and we'll take a look at the results of our online poll.
So August is our winter sale month, up to 50% off. This winter hasn't been cold enough until now, but we have to get rid of all this stock. We've got all these jackets. Also, to keep you warm and me happy, at 50% off, we've got all this knitwear. For all of August, we've got great savings on moleskins and jeans. Plus, we've got all these warm shirts, look at them all, from $50.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
First in, best dressed.
You can make a difference for the SPCA this Cupcake Day. It's the sweetest way to help animals in need. For more details, go to spcacupcakeday.co.nz.
Mobility Solutions Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
Driving Miss Daisy is a safe, friendly and reliable companion driving service.
Hello Jean, where are we off to today?
We form genuine friendships with our clients and help them to remain independent. Thousands of Driving Miss Daisy clients and their families love our caring, affordable service. Call us today for a quote on 0800 948 432 or visit drivingmissdaisy.co.nz. Driving Miss Daisy, for the gift of independence.
Wooltech have the experience and the expertise to supply a wide range of high-quality New Zealand-made products and can manufacture customised products to meet your individual requirements. Wooltech, great people, great products, great service.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Thinking of services for older people? Think Enliven. Enliven is a service philosophy where people come first. Enliven is about choice, activity, relationships, respect and security. You can enliven your health, your friendships, your life, no matter what your age. For more information, go to pearsatago.org.nz or call 4777 115.
When someone is affected by cancer, the Cancer Society is here to help. Please give generously this Daffodil Day. With your help, there is hope.
Dunedin's got an immensely rich artistic lineage.
It's brightening a wall which would otherwise go unnoticed.
The work seems to have another life when they start to interact.
Welcome back. As of June this year, New Zealand's population was an estimated 4.69 million. That's an increase of 2.1%, the largest annual increase ever recorded. The figures were driven by record levels of international immigration. The last time New Zealand experienced a population growth was in 1974. And on that note, let's take a look at today's financials. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 9 points. It's now at 7,363. The Nikkei is up 199 points. And to the exchange rates, the Kiwi dollar is down against all the currencies we follow. Weight control attempts by middle-aged New Zealand women are not linked with a change in weight 3 years later. That's the finding from new University of Otago research. And to explain what it means, we're joined by researcher and study co-author Sok-Ling Leong. Good evening.
Good evening.
This is a disappointing core finding for your research. Tell us a bit more about it.
So what you have said, the results of our study showed that weight control methods, both healthy and unhealthy, are not related to weight change 3 years later. The results also showed that those who were trying to lose weight were more likely to engage in healthier eating habits compared to those who were not trying to lose weight. However, they did not differ in the frequency consumption of their high energy dense food. Lastly, the results of our study also showed that people who were attempting to lose weight at the beginning of the study had a reduction in the degree of eating in response to hunger and fullness signals.
What do you think this finding is going to mean for the dieting industry?
Well, there are a lot of people out there who are successful at losing weight with dieting. This is not the first, although this is not the first study showing that weight control is related to a short-term success in weight management. What the results of our study suggest is that it may be worth considering a different approach to weight management rather than forbidding yourself to eat certain foods, maybe eat in response to hunger and fullness signals.
How was your study conducted?
The study was a longitudinal study. It was a prospective study, a prospective survey of around 1,600 New Zealand women between the ages of 40 and 50. So at baseline, we collected data on their weight control methods, and then they completed the survey again 3 years later.
How groundbreaking is this for nutritionists?
Well, this may be the first prospective study in New Zealand showing these results. However, it's consistent with research overseas. So, for example, there is a US study among teenagers showing that dieting is related to binge eating 5 years later. There is an Australian longitudinal study on women's health showing that women who use one weight control method gain less weight compared to those who use 2 or 3 weight control methods.
What style of eating would you recommend?
Well, we did not survey that in our study, so I'm not really able to comment on that. I'm just wanting to stress that intuitive eating may be something worth considering as approach to weight management.
Could your research help to end the body shaming of larger people, do you think?
The intuitive eating approach encourages people to be more accepting of themselves. So paradoxically, when we accept ourselves, we are more likely to engage in health-promoting behaviors, such as eating more healthy foods and increasing physical activity. Weight stigma, on the other hand, is linked to unhealthy behaviors. So in short, I would say that feelings of stigmatization can be very disempowering.
Do you think we'd be happier if we just ate what we wanted when we wanted?
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly we would be happier and healthier, but if we eat intuitively, we may be happier and healthier, one, because we would stop eating when we are physically full, and second, it would allow us to avoid the guilt that is related to eating foods that we have labeled as forbidden.
Now, this study is over, or will it continue on?
Well, this study was part of my PhD research in the nutrition department. So I'm not in the working in the nutrition department now, but the principal investigator of the study, Associate Professor Caroline Haworth, and her team at the nutrition department are looking at intuitive eating and weight change 5 years later. So they are also looking at a study where they have an online web course teaching intuitive eating to women.
University of Otago researcher and study co-author Sok Ling Leong, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, we'll find out if you think David Bain should have received compensation, and we'll take a look at weekend weather.
Dunedin's got an immensely rich artistic lineage.
It's brightening a wall which would otherwise go unnoticed.
The work seems to have another life when, you know, they start to interact.
You can make a difference for the SPCA this Cupcake Day. It's the sweetest way to help animals in need. For more details, go to spcacupcakeday.co.nz.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
Driving Miss Daisy is a safe, friendly and reliable companion driving service.
Hello Jean, where are we off to today?
We form genuine friendships with our clients and help them to remain independent. Thousands of Driving Miss Daisy clients and their families love our caring, affordable service. Call us today for a quote on 0800 948 432 or visit drivingmissdaisy.co.nz. Driving Miss Daisy, for the gift of independence.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
We're at 25 Moreau Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Mobility Solution Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
So August is now winter sale month, up to 50% off. This winter hasn't been cold enough until now, but we have to get rid of all this stock. We've got all these jackets. Also to keep you warm and me happy, at 50% off, we've got all this knitwear. For all of August, we've got great savings on moleskins and jeans. Plus we've got all these warm shirts, look at them all, from $50.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
First in, best dressed.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
When someone is affected by cancer, the Cancer Society is here to help. Please give generously this Daffodil Day. With your help, there is hope.
Tune in on Thursday for Motorsport Night on Dunedin Television.
Welcome back. Silver Fern Farms shareholders have voted to merge with Chinese company Shanghai Mailing. The vote was held after a lengthy meeting at the company's Otago headquarters. And despite much heated debate, just over 80% of shareholders were in favour of the merger.
Motion carried. More than 80% of Silver Fern Farms shareholders voted in favour of the company merging with Chinese company Shanghai Mailing. One of the main opponents of the merger, which he describes as a takeover, was John Shrimpton, who made an impassioned plea at the 11th hour. However, he admitted he would stop campaigning against the merger should the vote go that way.
Would we accept it if the vote is against it? Yes, we would accept it. Accept it.
Some shareholding members voted electronically, but there was also a ballot box sanctioned and run with Elections New Zealand. The result was made public to a deafening round of applause.
Votes for, 50 million.
And speaking with media as the dust died down, SFF Chairman Dean Hamilton and Chief Executive Rob Hewitt agreed there was only one hurdle left in the merger's way.
I think the national benefit is meaningful, and we'd hope that would get support from the OIO and ultimately the ministers. So yeah, it's the only outstanding one. To us it makes sense. We would say that, but we honestly believe that, and we're hopeful we get that approval at the end of September.
Yeah. It's worth just noting those 7,000 jobs, more often than not in rural areas where there aren't that many alternatives. Those jobs are staying there. The plants are staying there. The livestock are staying here. The farmers who own the business are staying here.
The two men and 80% of the shareholders believe Shanghai Mailing investing $261 million in Silver Fern Farms for a 50% stake in the company is a great idea. Shanghai Mailing already invests in Aotearoa through its subsidiary Bright Foods, which owns a 38% stake in Synlait Milk NZ. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
University of Otago students are increasingly downloading or viewing lectures online. During the first semester, 800,000 lectures were accessed, an increase of 50% on the same time last year. Every week there are around 240 scheduled recordings. The system was introduced last year and 90% of lecturers have chosen the automated option. After spending 13 years in prison, David Bain has been awarded an ex gratia payment of $925,000. He still maintains his innocence, but as a result of the payment, he will not be receiving an apology or compensation from the government. This week's 39 Dunedin News online poll asked if you think he should have received compensation. Just 38% of you think that he should have, 62% of you think he should not have. New Zealand has its first gold medal on the board at the Rio Olympic Games, with a further 4 silver medals pushing up the tally. Millions of dollars is pumped into the High Performance Sport New Zealand organisation to support the athletes, but is it enough to ensure we can compete at the highest levels? Next week's 39 Dunedin News online poll asks if you think we spend too much money on high performance sport. You can vote at our website dunedintv.co.nz. And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. More than 80% of Silver Fern Farms shareholders have voted in favour of Chinese company Shanghai Mailing buying a 50% stake in the company. The opposition is claiming the government's trade minister is running scared of trade retaliation from China following accusations made in Parliament. And in Invercargill City Library staff were encouraging local children to celebrate Olympians from the region, proving there's more than just books on offer. Well, it's time now to find out what's going to be in the weekend edition of the Otago Daily Times, and Craig Page is with us. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, we're having a look at retail in Dunedin. There's a bit of a battle brewing at the moment with a group representing businesses in George Street, Central Business District. They're calling on the council to do a bit more to keep businesses in that area. There's concerns with the 2GP plan at the moment that there may be more of these businesses push out to the historic precinct, which is looking to have some retail in there. they're saying the city will lose its focus if we start moving retail out there, and we won't have a central city as such. On the other side of the coin, they're saying, well, rents in the central city are too high at the moment. A lot of businesses struggling to pay their bills on that front and looking for cheaper options. So there's going to be a bit of a battle brewing there over those issues.
But is there enough parking in the warehouse precinct?
Possibly more in the central city at the moment. I don't know. There's it's interesting debate going on there. So there'll be more on that. Local body nominations closed at noon today as well, and unfortunately a bit of a late run with plenty of nominations forward. We've got 11 for the Dunedin mayoralty, 40 odd for the 14 council positions going in Dunedin.
Wow.
A bit of a surprise, I guess, with Ginty McTavish, a two-term councillor, deciding only this morning that she wouldn't put a nomination forward. Decided move on to other things, maybe look at some work in conservation and maybe a bit of overseas travel as well. Still only 31, got into council very early, and plenty of time, I guess, down the track for her to get back and maybe make a run for the mayoralty down the line. Also, from the Clutha front, the mayor there, Brian Cadogan, he's got an unopposed, done some great work in Clutha in recent years. So it's good recognition for him. We'll have coverage for all the nominations from Timaru through to Invercargill in tomorrow's paper, so you'll be able to scan and see where the nominations are coming from.
And interestingly, Brian's brother, Tim, is running for mayor in Alexandra.
That's right.
Keeping it in the family.
Clutha River, both got links there, so
absolutely.
it'll be interesting to see how he goes up there. Bit of a tougher battle in Alex, though, I think, for him.
Yes, definitely.
In the mix, we're looking back at our Class Act recipients of 2006, 10 years since they were, of course, got the awards from the ODT. We're looking at what they've been doing since they left school. Next week is our big Class Act awards. The Prime Minister, John Key, will be in town to present those, recognising the top secondary schools from pupils from throughout the region. And on the sporting front, 3 medals today and a big weekend looking ahead as well. We've got Mahi Drysdale and Emma Twigg, both favourites in their respective rowing events, so strong possibility of some more medals over the weekend.
That is tomorrow's ODT. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
Time now for local weather.
This 39 Dunedin News weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Emu Oil.
And here is our city view. It's a seagull. Around the city at 3 o'clock today, 12 degrees recorded everywhere. Very nice. To the situation, and a cold front is due to move over the South Island later today. Another cold front will follow on Sunday with a westerly flow. To the forecast in the main towns in the lower South Fort tomorrow, fine with westerlies for Invercargill, Gore and Te Anau, and a fine day for Alexandra with a high of 9. Fine in Queenstown and Wanaka, becoming fine in Oamaru, and also becoming fine in Twizel with southerlies dying out there at a high of 8. In Dunedin tonight, we're expecting a few showers, but they will ease. Tonight's low 5 degrees. Tomorrow, showers clearing with sunny periods increasing, cold southerlies dying out, a high of 8. And on Sunday, and my pick for washing day, high cloud increasing with westerly winds and 11 degrees. To the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information, high tide tomorrow morning is at 10 to 12 and low tide on Sunday morning is at 10 to 7. And fishing conditions, excuse me, aren't looking flash this weekend. Well, that is local news for this week. We'll leave you now some shots from the week that was. We'll see you again on Monday. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.